It is officially Friday morning, the day of check-ins. It's been a long season. My season is actually over as of this weekend. Here's the lineup. Let's show you the 2023 Gladiator Armstrong Empire team. So we're gonna go in length of order of who hired me first to who hired me last. So there's no favorites. I don't wanna hear no bullshit. So first up, we got Dominic Torres. Dom was one of my very first guys. He hired me last season, before the Winter Classic, before last year's Gladiator. He was one of my very first guys. He did a show with me last year. We ended up winning his class. He won the teen overall. He looked really good. We immediately launched into an off season and turned around and brought it right back. Like I said, he was one of my very first clients. I owe you a lot for believing in me and getting this entire thing kind of kicked off. You're one of the very first ones. Everyone always brings you up. I'm very grateful. So Dom hired me July 23rd of 2022. We've now been working together 16 months. So when he hired me, I'll put this before and afters up. He hired me July 23rd at 120 pounds. And as of yesterday morning, he was 145 pounds, getting ready to step on stage for his second season. And that's 16 months together. That is good progress. Number two, Don Wichman. He has never competed before. This man is actually out of Houston, Texas. He grew up in Illinois, moved to Texas. We kind of bonded online, and he decided that I was the best fit for him. Man, Don, you really have no idea how motivating this was for me. I had just quit my job, just coming off of winning the Winter Classic last year, and I had lost a couple clients. So the fact that I landed someone as far away as you were on the other side of the country, that really was motivating to me. It really showed the potential that there was here. So I'm super glad that you could be here with us this weekend. I'm very excited to help you become the best version of you. So Don hired me December 31st of 2023 at 200 pounds, and he is now gonna walk on stage this weekend, roughly 200, maybe 196 pounds. So oddly enough, same weight, if anything, only came down like 3-4 pounds. We've been working together for 11 months. So everybody's transformation looks a little different. Everybody's plan looks completely different. None of these are cookie cutters. He clearly just grew a bunch, put a bunch of tissue on. We had a really good long off season to be able to push up, and then we came back down. He didn't weigh 200 the whole time. It definitely went like this, but he looks fantastic. Dominic Faia. He's competed before, men's physique guy. He did not compete with me personally. He worked with a different coach. He is just an absolute workhorse. He definitely puts me through my paces. He questions me a couple times. He pushes back, but in the right things, and I like it, man. It's respectful, and it's more of a due to wanting to learn why. And when you know why, you can execute your plan better. It's one thing for me to put it on paper and just tell you to do it, and that's the end of it. Which some people, they work great, and that's how we work. But other people, they want to have a little deeper understanding of why we're doing this, what's going on. So big fan that you do that. Dominic hired me January 9th of 2023. We've been working together for 10 months now, and he started at 205 pounds, and we brought him all the way down to about 168. 169 was his lowest. He'll be stepping on stage this weekend, roughly about 170 pounds. So very glad to have you on the team. Really need a men's physique guy. We're trying to sweep these overalls, go 3 for 3 for the men's categories at the Gladiator this weekend. So glad that you're on the team. Thanks, buddy. Next up, Bri Michaels. Bri hired me March 16th of 2023. That was only 8 months ago. That was not that long ago. And initially, she just wanted to be better. She was more of a lifestyle client. I work with some of those too. I don't post a lot about them. They don't post as much. That's okay. We all do our own thing. But right away, she was like, hey, look, I think this competing thing is sick. I want to do it. I just need help. And I was like, look, I'm your guy. So we had initially started her prep with the thought of maybe next year we go into a prep and we try and do a show. And after a couple months of her just putting her nose down and absolutely crushing it, I was like, hey, you know what? Let's start a prep, and a month or two out, we'll see how you look. And if you look great, we'll continue progressing. If not, we can pull back. And she said, okay, not a problem. And a couple months ago, she was just absolutely crushing it. So we got her some heels and a bikini, and she really started working on her posing and just has absolutely crushed it. She's probably hands down the hardest worker on the team. guys, a few of us could definitely learn a couple things from Bri. Her training sessions, they're intense. She goes all out. She leaves absolutely no stone unturned. So Bri hired me, like I said, March 16th of 2023. We've been working together for 8 months now. Her starting weight was 152 pounds, and I brought her all the way down to 118 pounds this morning. We're now going to cut the cardio out and start feeding her back into the show. She'll probably step on stage about 119, maybe 120 pounds. So number 5, Brad Boswell. This is his absolute first show, and he's gonna crush it. He's gonna tear it up. This man is a tank. He makes me nervous. So we're trying to tuck Brad down into light heavies. I'm gonna hopefully come in at the heavyweight. So I'm gonna see you in the overall, brother. Just you wait. I've known Brad locally for a couple years. When I started training my very first prep, I ran into him at classics for a while. I've always kind of noticed that he was just super dense, super thick, super full, had a really great build. And I was like, man, that guy could tear some shit up. So I always kind of saw potential. We were messaging back and forth, kind of teasing each other for a couple months. I finally got him locked in April 29th of 2023. So that means we've only been working together for 7 months, which that's getting pretty low. Brad hired me, he was 220 pounds, and as of in a couple hours, I hope he weighs in under 198.25. We have some pretty advanced weight loss maneuvers going on here right now to bring him down into that class, but we're playing chess here, trying to take as many wins as we can. So Brad just absolutely crushes it. He works a pretty hard, intense job. He works long hours. He is up super early. He's up super late at night. He's got a missus and a child that he helps take care of. That man is busy, but you know what? He gets in. He puts in the work. He doesn't complain. He doesn't ask questions. He does what's on the plan, and he succeeds. Very happy to have you here, Brad. Number 6, very last one of the team, last but not least, AJ Mendoza. Man, this was just a matter of time. I had ended up working, I went to elementary school with AJ's little sister, Selena, probably 10 years ago. And then just out of high school, I worked with his older sister, Rachel, at this restaurant for like a year. So it was kind of just a matter of time until we linked up. We opened up Rare Breed. AJ came through and signed up. I got him linked up with me on May 14th of 2023. That is only 6 months that we made this transformation. We had almost zero time to prep for prep. I definitely like some longer time than that. A lot goes into this to make sure that we are fully dialed. This one was a little stressful. AJ definitely put in the work. He's an absolute workhorse. He's a quality role model. He works some of the oddest hours of a schedule that I've ever seen. I don't even understand it. Even weirder than when I was in the mill, but same concept. He gets up, he takes his photos, he sends his check-ins, he does the work, he does not miss. Look at this transformation. AJ hired me 6 months ago at 240 pounds. He'll be weighing in today roughly about 194, 193, something like that. So that's down almost 45 pounds. And we've grown and gained tissue in that process. So what an absolute crazy transformation. As for that is the team for the 2023 Gladiator. I am super fired up to really bring it this weekend. The team is stacked. We are ready for it. I hope you guys are fired up as well. As for the rest of the team, I'm very grateful that you picked me to help you get through something as hard and as motivating and as mentally mind-screwing as preps are. It definitely wasn't easy from either of our ends, but I'll tell you what, the payoff is always worth it. So we will see how this goes in a couple days. I'll see you all in a bit.